handle.
Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. Today we're going to talk about trout, specifically stocked trout. Let's go see if we can catch a few and clear up a few misconceptions. Let's just get something out of the way right up front. All of the trout that are in this creek or stream or river or whatever you want to call it are stocked trout, which means they were put here by a man in a truck with a big tank on top full of trout. They get sucked down a big hose and they go flying out into the water. The fish in this water are raised in tanks and raceways and ponds, thousands, if not tens of thousands at a time. Their purpose in life is to grow to 12 inches, be put in this water so people in the winter time can catch them. Because in a few months, they're all gonna die anyway. A lot of people show up on my stocked trout videos saying things like, you need to wet your hands, where's your net, you're killing the fish. Like I said, they're raised in tanks by the tens of thousands because they can be transferred from tank to tank onto a truck through a giant ribbed hose and thrown out into the water, and they still live long enough for people to catch them for the next couple months. Actually, it looks like one of my favorite spots just opened up. There was a guy fishing in it, so we're gonna head over there and we'll continue this explanation of stocked trout. Yeah, here we go. I might get a bite over here. So back to what I was talking about. When you come over here and harass me and tell me I need to wet my hands and I'm killing all the fish, you sound pretty dumb. You know, I can understand if you're talking about a trout in water where it's native and protected and it's been overfished and people are mistreating them. But when you come here to berate me with your holier than thou understanding of trout, you're fighting a losing battle because your argument 100% does not matter here.
This is Mark Ridgway from New Hill, North Carolina, God's country. You're watching the best fishing channel on YouTube, Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
And today we're starting out with Power Bait Turbo. Power Bait Trout Dough is a staple for stocked trout fishing. These fish have been fed pellets and fish food their whole life, so this is the kind of thing they're interested in. As you can see, this trout dough is making a horrible mess. Look at that. This stuff sticks to everything except for the hook. Let's see if we can get a bite on the dough. I might need to adjust my weight. It might drift, it might not. I've got a good amount of weight on there. I'm hoping the bright color of the dough will attract them. And no, I did not wear a $300 trout fishing jacket and coveralls to come out and fish for a fish that was raised in a tank for 4 years. I'm trying to watch this fly fisherman over here to see if he catches anything. And while he might get a bite on a fly, these fish are fed pellets in a tank. They might eat the occasional fly that lands in their tank, but that's not their primary food source. Can I catch one before the guy who is decked out in $400 worth of gear? Let's see. Fish on, right there. Came off the hook. Can I grab him? Will he get away? There he goes. I had one for a moment. Let's get back to it. First bite of the day on the Power Bait Rainbow Dough. It just has so much glitter and so many sparkles in it. It's hard to resist. Fish on. Fish on. Another fish. Good fighter. Here we go. Got a trout here, hooked right in the top of the mouth. Yeah, check him out. We got, I don't know, about a 10-inch stocked rainbow trout. He was put in this water just so I could catch him. Maybe I'll take him home. Maybe I'll let him go. I'm going to let him go so someone else can catch him and take him home to eat him. There he goes.
My name's Emma. Always keep it realistic.
You never know what a stocker trout might bite on. I've caught him on Play-Doh. I've caught him on corn, rubber eggs. All right, that dough ball fell off. Let's switch to a worm and see how that goes. Look how delicious this is. Let's try back this way in the super fast water. Yeah, right through there, that gap in the trees. That's what I'm gonna shoot for. Did I get one? Did I get one? I got one. I got one. Fish on. Fish on. Awesome. Fish number 2, pretty much the same as that last one. We got about a 10-inch stock trout here. Again, he came on a truck in a tank and flew out of a giant hose into the water, and he just bit my worm. Let's let him go so someone else can take him home and eat him. I see raindrops in this puddle. Let's hurry up and get back to fishing. Maybe we can catch another one. Good. Oh. Wow. It's getting cold and windy. Thought I had a fish. It was a snag. Still got my worm. That's a fish. There he is. Come on. All right.
This is John from Knoxville, Tennessee. You're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
Got another stocked trout here. A little bit smaller, maybe 9 inches. Yeah, good fish though. Good fish. Let's let him go. I've still got a little bit of worm here. We're gonna fish it. Let's see if we can get a bite. I might need to add more worm, we'll see. Oh, is that a fish? That's a fish. Good fight on this one. Oh, come on, big boy. Wow, he fell off the hook right into this puddle. Here we go, one of the nicer trout today. Getting closer to 12 inches now. Bleeding just a tiny bit where I hooked him in the corner of the mouth. I'm finding him out here in the fast water. Let's let him go. So I hope I've cleared up a little bit of confusion when it comes to trout fishing. These fish are put here because they don't normally live here. And guess what? They're all gonna die. Either in the springtime when it gets hot or from getting cooked in a frying pan. And there's not really anything you can do about it. Like I said earlier, I understand if you're trying to protect a fish in a native water somewhere in a crystal clean mountain, but this is not the place to push that message. This kind of trout fishing is for anyone. Anyone. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic. And now the hike back to the car.